based on their structure, sentences can be classified into simple sentences, compound sentences as well as complex sentences. We can join two or more simple sentences to form a completely new sentence. Now, this new sentence can either be a simple sentence or a complex sentence or a compound sentence. This process of combination of simple sentences to form a completely new sentence, either a simple sentence or a complex sentence or a compound sentence, is known as synthesis of sentences. So today, let us learn how we can join two or more simple sentences to form a compound sentence. Let us quickly revise the features of a simple sentence as well as a compound sentence. Now, we have learned that a simple sentence has one main clause, it has no subordinate clause, and it has one finite verb. Whereas a compound sentence has two or more main clauses, it has no subordinate clause, it has two or more finite verbs, and the clauses are joined by either coordinating or correlative conjunctions. So what are we doing here? We are joining two simple sentences to form a compound sentence. We are actually joining a main clause with a finite verb with another main clause having a finite verb. And how are we joining them? We are using a conjunction. And what kind of conjunction? Either a coordinating or a correlative conjunction. And we are joining these to form a compound sentence which has two main clauses having two finite verbs joined by a suitable conjunction. So what we really need to do is look at the clauses, identify the purpose of each clause, and then decide which conjunction we are going to use. Let us see how we do it. The clouds thundered, the wind whistled. Now, both these sentences are giving us related ideas, and when we join sentences with related ideas, which conjunction do we use? We use the conjunction and. So, when we join these two simple sentences with and, we will get the clouds thundered and the wind whistled. So, we have a compound sentence here. The clouds thundered is one main clause. The wind whistled is another main clause, and we have used the coordinating conjunction and. Now remember that we have joined two clauses with a conjunction, so we have used the comma. Now let us identify the finite verbs in the new sentence that we have formed. What are the finite verbs here? The clouds thundered. So thundered is one finite verb, and the wind whistled. Whistled is the second finite verb here. So we have learned that a compound sentence has two independent clauses with two finite verbs and is joined by the coordinating conjunction. So this sentence is a compound sentence. Now we can join the two simple sentences and form another compound sentence. The wind whistled and the clouds thundered. It does not matter which clause comes first here in this example, because both are related and both are having equal importance. So we can either say the clouds thundered and the wind whistled, or we can also say the wind whistled and the clouds thundered. She cooked the dinner, she laid the table. So here what do we see? We see that both these clauses are equally important to tell us the work that she has done. Now we can join both these independent clauses or simple sentences to form a new compound sentence as she cooked the dinner and laid the table. Here we have used the coordinating conjunction and. We can also write, she both cooked the dinner and laid the table. Now since the subject is same in both the sentences, we can join them like this. And in this sentence, we have used the correlative conjunction both and. You can also join the sentences or the clauses and write as, she not only cooked the dinner but also laid the table. In this sentence, we have used the correlative conjunction not only but also. Now you can also join the two independent clauses or the simple sentences to form another compound sentence as, she cooked the dinner as well as laid the table. So we have used the conjunction as well as here. So we see that there are numerous ways of joining the two independent clauses. You can choose any way that you want. Now at times, you might not be given the specific instruction to join the two sentences to form a compound sentence. You might be given the instruction to join these two sentences without using and. Then how will you join them? You can join them using both and. You can join them using not only but also. So, read the sentences carefully and then look at the instructions given to you and then join accordingly. It was a fierce winter night. He decided to keep moving forward. Now, both these sentences give us a contrasting idea. It was a fierce winter night. It is not usual for a person to keep moving forward in a fierce winter night, but he decided to keep moving forward. So these are two contrasting ideas. And what do we use to join two sentences which give us contrasting ideas? We can say, it was a fierce winter night, yet he decided to keep moving forward. We have also learned that the conjunction but is used in such a case. So we can also say, it was a fierce winter night, but he decided to keep moving forward. The father can attend the meeting. The mother can attend the meeting. Now both these sentences give us two options and any one of these options can be true. So how do we join the two simple sentences? We can join them and write as, either the father or the mother can attend the meeting. So we have used the conjunction either or to join both the simple sentences. We can also write it as, the father or the mother can attend the meeting. So in one case, we have used the correlative conjunction to join. In the other case, we have used the coordinating conjunction to join the two simple sentences. The teacher was not in the staff room. The teacher was not in the classroom. Now here the two sentences give us two options, but these options are negative options. Not in the staff room, not in the classroom. So how will we join these two simple sentences? So we can write as, the teacher was neither in the staff room nor in the classroom. Here we have used the correlative conjunction neither nor to join both the simple sentences. We can also join the simple sentences like this. The teacher was not in the staff room nor was she in the classroom. Now you will take note that in the second sentence where we have used nor to join the simple sentences, the structure of the sentence changes a little bit. The first part of the sentence remains the same as the first sentence here. The teacher was not in the staff room. The teacher was not in the staff room. Then we have added the conjunction nor and we have changed the position of the subject. Here it is, she was not, and we have written nor was she. So we have the sentence as, the teacher was not in the staff room nor was she in the classroom. Now here in this sentence, instead of using she, you could have also written he. since we do not know whether the teacher is a female or a male. Both are correct. I cannot see, it is very dark. Now here, one sentence is showing us the cause, whereas the other sentence is showing us the effect. So how do we join the two sentences? We can write, it is very dark, so I cannot see. We have used the coordinating conjunction so to join both the sentences here. We can also join the sentences as, I cannot see, for it is very dark. In this case, we have used the conjunction for. Now you can say that I can also join the two sentences in these ways. You can say that I can write, I cannot see because it is very dark, or I cannot see as it is very dark. Now, even though the synthesis of sentences would be correct, remember that we are trying to make compound sentences here. So if you use the conjunction because or the conjunction as, you will remember that they are subordinating conjunctions. Hence, these two sentences become complex sentences. So even though this synthesis is correct, the answer will be wrong because we are trying to make compound sentences. So these are not correct in this case. Now, if you are given the instruction to join the two sentences like this in any way without mentioning that you have to make a compound sentence, then you can use the conjunctions because and as. Now that you have seen a few examples to join simple sentences and make a compound sentence, let us try to do this exercise. It is raining heavily. I will take an umbrella with me. Now here also, both the sentences are showing a cause and effect relationship. So how will we join the two sentences? We can join and write, it is raining heavily, so I will take an umbrella with me. Or you can also write, I will take an umbrella with me, for it is raining heavily. And remember to use the comma because we are joining two independent clauses. I will not go to the swimming pool. I will go to the beach instead. Now here also, both these sentences are giving us two options, but it is also telling us that one option is preferred over the other. How is it telling us? This sentence, I will go to the beach instead, the use of instead is telling us that this option is the preferred option. So how will we join the two simple sentences in this case and form a compound sentence? We will join them as, I will rather go to the beach than go to the swimming pool. So we have used the correlative conjunction rather than because we know that one option is preferred over the other option, and we have the compound sentence, I will rather go to the beach than go to the swimming pool. Now here we have three simple sentences which we have to join to make a compound sentence. So we have three simple sentences means we have three main clauses and we have three finite verbs. Let us read the sentences and then identify the verbs. Aeromodeling planes are made of balsa wood. They are very light. They can be easily carried to the flying grounds. So what are our finite verbs here? Aeromodeling planes are made. So our first finite verb is are made. The second finite verb is are. And the finite verb in the final simple sentence is can be carried. Now, how do we join the three independent clauses? Now, if we use conjunctions to join all the three clauses, the sentence is going to be a very, very long sentence. To avoid writing a long sentence, what we have done is, we have joined it as aeromodeling planes made of balsa wood are very light and can be easily carried to the flying grounds. So what have we done here? Here we have joined the first two sentences. How? We have changed this finite verb are made to its participle form and written aeromodeling planes made of balsa wood are very light. So this part has only one finite verb are. So we have joined the first two sentences in such a way that we get one main clause out of it, and then that main clause we have joined with this main clause can be easily carried to the flying grounds with the help of a coordinating conjunction and. Now you could have also written this sentence as aeromodeling planes made of balsa wood are very light, so they can be easily carried to the flying grounds. This sentence also would have been correct. Now that you have seen how we can join three simple sentences to form a compound sentence, let us try to do this exercise. Join the sentences given below to form a compound sentence. I went shopping. I liked a leather jacket. However, I did not buy it. Now, how will we join the three sentences? So, our new sentence will become, I went shopping and liked a leather jacket but did not buy it. So, what have we done here? I went shopping. I liked a leather jacket. Both these sentences or independent clauses give us a related idea. So, we have used the conjunction and to join them. So, we have I went shopping and liked a leather jacket. Now, the final sentence here, however, I did not buy it, gives us a contrasting idea. So, we have used the conjunction but to join them. And hence, we have the final sentence, I went shopping and liked a leather jacket but did not buy it. So, what did we learn today? We have learned that we can join two or more simple sentences to form a completely new sentence. Now, this new sentence can either be a new simple sentence or a compound sentence or a complex sentence, and synthesis of simple sentences into a compound sentence can be done by joining both the independent or the main clauses with a suitable coordinating or correlative conjunction after identifying the purpose of each clause. So, if you have been given two simple sentences and you have been given specific instructions to join them into a compound sentence, what you need to do is identify the purpose of each sentence or the independent clause and then decide which conjunction you are going to use to join them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com or download the DeltaStep app to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You can also win amazing prizes like PlayStation, iPad, watches and many more along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So learning at DeltaStep is not just fun and easy, it is also rewarding. So register for free now.